I didn't record it. I'll get another one. What brand is this?
Jock. I don't know.
The shock and the fuel tank are like supposed to coexist with the exhaust.
This is barely sticking in there now, and it's got so much damn pressure on it, it's probably gonna break through.
And this stuff was like $500. It generically fits everything, but it definitely fits nothing.
You gotta modify everything. Here's one hanger we had to cut off.
Had to cut hangers off.
We gotta cut that hanger off and reposition that.
Yeah, that one there. So this, just putting exhaust on in the driveway is one thing when you're just wanting to go from point A to point B, but putting exhaust on in a spot where you're actually wanting to sell it and make something look good is almost impossible to make it look good. Those old time watchers, you know, I've spent as much as 6 hours trying to be happy with exhaust before, and it's up. Let's see how it starts. Now that did a slight bit of a rolling to a start, which I hope, I don't know, we'll just, combustion coming into the fuel system and it's having a hard time overcoming it. Yeah, it sounds smooth, it sounds even. So, me and Julie are gonna go drive it. Just sucks it's raining, but we're gonna go drive it. Put a little bit on it. Yeah. Looking for headphones. We got about $16,000 worth of iPhone boxes on the damn floor, spread out all over the place. Cody's out driving the Excursion right now. It's driving. He's putting it through some paces. Cody's going to be our driver now. Don's going to be our diagger. And I'm just going to sit back here and watch. Joey just put his first 6-liter on the engine stand. Just got it on. I showed him how to get it put on there. It's between having the stand that rotates and having an overhead crane. It's very easy. But that is up. Let's take a close look. Oh, what are those spots? Is that dirt? What is that? Nah, probably dirt. Yeah. Okay, it's not final cleaned. It's just oiled fresh out of the spray cabinet. And we're gonna put together our engine assembly area now. Over here. We're kind of going back in under construction for just a minute because I wanna move this stuff around. We'll show you what we're gonna do, but I wanna move it, get set up so that I can bring fresh, clean, machined engines and put them together right here. So that's what we're doing today.
Our engine building room. Trying to figure out our extra lighting. Oh man, I missed it.
Wait. Oh, you got here?
Just in the last part of time.
Yep, you missed it.
Dang
You
it.
ain't got nothing to learn today.
Nope.
Right here. Okay, let's line up. Oh. So, set that guy right there. Here we go. And we'll take this guy. This one. Something like that. Put that right there. And then this should spin.
I think it's gotta go out and flip around.
Oh, take it all.
Might actually be high enough.
Well, we probably ought to just yank that off, huh? Is that... You got a new track bar or just the ball joint?
No, just
the ball. Oh, okay. Okay, now let's see.
no,
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that. We're gonna have to cut that. Watch. Just go up here.
It's too long.
Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong cut. Okay, let me see.
Watch your hand.
That's the wrong cut.
So watch his head.
Back up right there. That. This goes up here.
Back to learning.
And that's
Just
there.
cut all the threads off. It's
See
pretty
it?
much, pretty close. Okay.
Where is it? There.
Yeah, so I always cut these threads right here. Just cut it off. And then it gives you a little better surface. And I mean, there might even be a cup in here that will go over
Just
it.
sit on the threads.
Yeah, once you cut it off, like these special guys to go up there and past it.
A smaller one to
Yeah,
sit,
something
go
that-
inside of it.
Might need it. Surely something that thing is in, you know, that's too long. This might just
Sit it
do
there
it.
next to it. So you
What's
can see how
this
much
one for?
longer it
Yeah,
is.
look, let's just see. That one might unscrew. He's got-
Language.
I've never seen one that big. Put that on there. Might have to tear the boot off, maybe.
It says it came with 3. Or 4 things. Is there 2 things on that? 1, 2. And then 3's here. Where's the 4th?
You know?
Hell, I don't know. You know what's a creeper?
I want to tear this boot off.
Creeper's kind of creepy.
It's kind of wobbly, isn't it?
We're still waiting on the snap-on truck drive to show up. And get all the good stuff. Is that thunder?
Yeah, it was just downpouring like a mother. Oops. Sorry.
We got a couple effers in here.
Want some pliers to grab a hold of it?
Maybe.
Alright, I gotta go home and eat supper.
Leave my bolts on the table.
I did.
Okay.
You got shop towels, really?
No,
Julie's
I don't.
waiting for Anthony to take her to McDonald's
Ooh, no, I'm not.
for Valentine's Day. She's wanting to go to McDonald's.
I've got to make Alfredo. I'm not
their
eating
anniversary.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's your anniversary and Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You
guess
could have
it's
took her up to
been-
Count's Bluffs and ate at
been 19 years.
Longhorn Steakhouse or something.
It was his idea
Grease.
to get married on Valentine's Day.
Okay, where's the one with the hole in it? There's one of these with a hole in it.
Oh, got a hole in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, give me that one. Let's see if that goes through. No, too big. Smaller.
No hole.
Does the holder have a hole? The other disc right there? Nope, nope, nope. Keep going. That. Yep, give me that. Got a hole in it. Okay, now give me a regular pipe. Since we're using that one, we don't need that one that long. Give me something small, like a, or short. I have some in mind. I got one that's cut off. Hey,
That might work.
too big.
Mm,
I mean, yeah. I understand.
What's this?
not quite centered where we want it, but we'll figure it out. Let's go see what they managed to get done over here.
And actually, technically, I need to
Did it just fall right out?
You had that big clamp, huh?
That big clamp.
Yeah, where'd you get that one at? That's Harbor Freight thing?
Language!
No, those are all OEM tools.
I technically didn't even need to have to, because it fit right on
Oh,
there
yeah.
perfect. I didn't have to cut it off. But
Nice. Is that what you use?
yep. Right there, and it fits perfect. Right
No,
there.
that's the
Doesn't
full
give
set
it.
from OEM Tools.
Perfect. Yeah.
Because that's for the, yeah, that one's just for the real big truck.
Let's give it a little turn. Got this long press. Look how long that thing is. Oh, you can't even tell. And we can take a hammer if it starts to get off and give it some help. Man, it looks like it's it looks like it's up on the back. Let's see. No, hang on. No, stay there. Stay there. Stay there. I'm just gonna do this. I was gonna hit that vacuum line. Yeah, well, I can't.
I can't have it. I don't have
Can you
good
get
angle
leverage? Hey, you got a bigger ratchet, Julie? All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's going.
Is it?
Yep.
Alright. Let me get a longer bar then.
Long ratchet on that, and let's let her eat. We'll just watch it close, see what you got going here.
I need to be back over there.
My side?
No.
Backside?
Backside, so I can pull it. Alright. Get down here in my oil leak.
You're looking right at it.
Right there, look at that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There, now you can kind of see how long that ball joint press is. It's long. Okay, let's watch.
Is it moving?
Yep. Yep, you're going in. Yeah, run that sucker home. Go, go, go. Oh yeah, keep going. It's going.
I just don't want to.
No, you're doing it. It's doing exactly what it needs to. It's golden. Yeah. It doesn't move until after you pull on it. Like you pull on it and then it presses in. Julie, where's that black bar at?
There we go.
Okay, here, let me put my... Here. Yeah, get it up on there and I'll hold it. Okay, go. Yeah, you're good. You're going. You're about as good as beat right here. We got it. Maybe.
Is that it?
No, hell no. You still got 1/4 inch.
Give me that here.
I don't know that fits on. Where's the
Does it
black?
fit on the end?
Where's the black square tube at?
No. Oh, yeah, it does.
Oh, it does.
I knew it fit on the other one. Or maybe it doesn't fit on the other one.
This is a track bar ball joint.
How much fun is this, Cody?
Love it.
Love it.
He'll do every single one that shows up.
I have to.
You're
It's getting easier.
yeah. Keep going. I'll tell you when you're there.
Yeah, buddy. I'm getting close. Almost there.
Yep. You might hit. One more. One more.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. That could be it. Yeah, you're there.
Yeah, that's it.
Done.
Here, switch me directions.
Okay, you got a track bar ball joint. Back off.
Yeah.
So we use a 25104P and a 25104F. And that's what you can use to install the track bar ball joint. Actually, no, we use different stuff to pull it out, didn't you?
Yeah, the one different.
Yeah, you'll figure that out when you guys do it. There you go, track bar ball joint. Heck yeah. For those of you that were wondering, Excel C-frame ball joint press. Part number 25105. OEM tools. That's for the long one. Putting together a little engine assembly area. Got the light put up right above the engine. So that's the very beginning, right? Get the light up. Don't think toolbox is gonna go there. I'm just playing it around, see, because the toolbox is gonna come in and out as I work. You know, I'll wheel it out. So it might actually go here and just block it with the toolbox. I don't know. But we got a fresh engine, ready to go, and we need a place to do it. And I need a place to do all of them. That way I can have this room here, low ceiling. We'll have a sink over there and probably TV or something in here and just sit in my own world and put engines together. And that's the goal. We don't have a lot of room, but we have enough. It's humid in here. I turned the dehumidifier off. We went and he's gone for about an hour. It's a little, it's humid in here. Guess that thing is doing something. So I just been going over this Excursion in my head. It's still here. It's right over there in the wash bay. There's a lot of things that, God, okay, remove the standpipes. All right, yeah, I get it. Okay, I should have just pulled them out. But how would you pull them out? Okay, tell me in the comments how you pull it out. You use a special tool with a little T-handle thing that doesn't really work for the damn. I don't have it. I just heard it didn't work forever and ever and ever, and so I never even bothered to get it. I mean, you can grab it from the outside with a pair of pliers and kind of prop it up a little bit, get it out. You've got about this much that you can grab above the rocker box. I mean, obviously you can grab it by the inside and pull it, but then, I mean, it's a standpipe. It's got to be a nice, I don't want to disrupt it. So what I wound up doing, okay, we went through the whole thing and I was doing all that starter cranking and all that crap. I mean, okay, so take the upper half of the standpipe, obviously put it inside of the lower half of the standpipe and cock it on an angle as hard as you can and walk it around. Sure, okay, I took them out. And now the uneven cranking that was happening when I was testing it too, after we sealed it back up, I noticed that too. And if you think those standpipes was a massive issue, honestly, I could care less about the oil. I mean, it went everywhere and we have blazing hot water right here. So it just coated everything and then we hit it with water and rinsed everything down. Okay, I could care about it. I would like to not have it, but nothing was hurt by having like a oil on the inner fender well, on the inner fender. We'll go look at it later. Lost about a quart of oil was about what we lost. Standpipe on the fuel filter too. Might as well take that out. It's a crap load easier. But because that standpipe was flowing out, granted, if take the standpipes out from the very beginning, I get it. Wouldn't have made the mess. As soon as I would stop cranking, the oil coming out of the top of that standpipe was running down and getting into the glow plug. And so as soon as it stops blowing out, the oil would start trickling into the cylinder. So, yeah, I get it. Okay, remove the standpipes. Yeah, keep preaching at me. I'm listening. So when I plugged it up, of course it's going to uneven crank because the oil is raining there and it's got oil. One cylinder is heavier oiled than the other cylinders, right? So it's going to uneven crank. So I took that. I was thinking about that as I was rewatching the diag video and the other video too, because I go back and rewatch it because these jobs sometimes can get us. On number 8 cylinder, when it did not pass at the very beginning, it was in on the road condition. It had been ran, it was running. Okay, it was probably a minuscule leak. Probably. I mean, I don't know that it was the injector cups. I don't know. I mean, they're rough. Look like they're sandblasted. But I don't know that it possibly wasn't leaking backwards through the nozzle. So if it's coming back through the injector, really let me back up, because no matter where the combustion was bubble test failing at, as I had the cylinders out on 8 and 6 that I believe would have failed, there was oil in the cylinders. Now there's two things called a wet and a dry compression test, right? You do a compression test dry and then you put a little bit of oil in it and that'll let you know if its rings are top end. So do you think any of that might carry over into the bubble test? If there was some oil in there, piston moves fairly fast. I don't know, you think oil is splashing around and maybe helping to seal the combustion leak if it was a crush washer? Or if it was an injector, I don't know. And then we go back and I remember that the injector nozzles, the tips, a lot of them were highly discolored. Like they were burnt as heck. They were about the top, I don't know, not quite a quarter inch of it. Maybe a quarter inch of it was burnt. So what I'm getting at is I think I'm on the fence that this Excursion is injectors. Because as far as power, okay, it's got these big monstrous wheels on it. And what I think we should do to get a power gauge to find out if it is low on power, because, I mean, I cannot bust the tires loose. It comes pretty freaking close, but I cannot bust the tires loose with them on. So, the 550, Matthews 550, let's see, that one. There's a whole bunch of them, actually, a whole bunch of the videos on that truck. But that one we did, well, you'd have to go read the story, but that one wound up a full set of injectors, woke that truck up. And I have not had hardly trucks that need a full set of injectors for power. You know what I mean? Not for, normally when injector's out, it's missing, it's cutting out, it's just, you can tell, it's just bad, right? Not one that actually fires up fairly decent, you know, line, the fuel trims are not necessarily good even, and they run fine. But need injectors because you just don't have that bust the tires loose, seat of your pants. How many of you guys out there have had injectors that have done that? That had been low power, and then you drop a set of injectors in it, and they take off. The 550, when I sold that to George, I sold it to George for $15,000.
After we bought a turbo and a pump.
Yeah, I put a pump in, and we didn't buy a pump.
But
But we bought a turbo.
Changed the pump, bought a turbo.
We bought one of those reman turbos, the Garrett. No, it was a Garrett new. Garrett new. They were like $630 back. Yep, $630. We bought that for it. I think it was messed up, though. I think the pump was a grasp because I had a bunch of pumps, and I was not willing to drop a full set of injectors in that truck. I was not willing to do it. I was like, I'll let it die. I mean, by this point, we're $17,000, $18,000 in the shop with it. It had since become my truck, so I was like, no. So I put it at the house back in the back and set it up on the field and left the freaking thing sit there forever. Well, it felt like ever for months, just months. And George saw it, and he was like, what are you doing with that truck? Because it was a real nice 550. That truck was a nice one. I let it sit up there. I was just like, I don't care about you. I'm going to let you stay. Think about it. And I said, I'm not willing to gamble on injectors. I don't know if something else crazy is going on because, you know, it's just not common in my world for not being able to bust the tires loose because of injectors, right? Because injectors are weak. That's not a... But if you think about what an injector does, that should be what it does, right? It should start to not either atomize the fuel as well. I don't know what it would do. I don't know. But if it doesn't do that, then it would smoke. And it's not doing, I don't think, actually. It's been raining all day. And the windows are so freaking dark that I can't tell if smoke's coming out of it or not.
For what a 6-liter should have.
Yeah, I mean, the very first of the Diag drive, when I first talked about boost, I mean, it was just mediocre drive. I mean, but I mainly chalked it up to big tires. But honestly, I feel like it drove the same when we got done. But it just doesn't have that quick wrap where it just doesn't. And that's a gamble right there to say whether or not you're going to do injectors because of power. You know, I mean, and you can go back and look at the line graph on the Diag video up there. You can look at the line graph on there and see if you can watch number 3 and 7 and 5, and then it's funny. Then we look at the other one for after we did the job, and they're about the same. That's pretty cool. But
The other part of it is there was actually a whole lot done to this that none of us knew anything about. So we're going to work on getting an Oasis report.
I mean, it really, I mean, the more I get my head wrapped around it, I don't know that it even matters. You know, for that matter, we could just put freaking cups in it. I got the tool out today. Julie got the tool out. And yeah, I mean, that's a tough one to say that it does. But we're going to do a bubble test one more time, just full on with all of them in. And I don't know, after looking at, you know, if we're actually going to go for power for a set of injectors, we need the whole set. You know, because I would bet that if we put this thing back to stock right now and release it to the customer, it would be just like it was. Because, I mean, you can drive it, you can run around, you're not running home. It's got like, let's see. It's sitting right here just because it was dirty today. I mean, how much do these take power away? What freaking size are these son of a guns? Okay, they're 35s. So 35, 14 and a halves. How much do they power rob? You know? We might have enough stuff here. I thought maybe just putting on that's kind of stupid, but putting on a set of stock tires and going and see if it'll bust them. It'd be a little experiment for us to see how much those tires actually rob power. You know, but we should be able to spin them off. I mean, my bets, the more I watched a whole bunch of the videos, and the more I just think that, injectors. We throw injectors in there, we should be able to pull it right out here in the asphalt, drive really, really slow for a long ways to get all the rocks out of the knobby tires, and then roast the crap out of them. We should. That should be, you should be able to do that. And, I mean, what do you want us to do when you can't? It's kind of, I don't know. Injectors are just really, really sucks because they're fairly freaking expensive. You know, a couple $1,000. But it might just be, it really makes you second guess everything when you're getting burnt by an injector that actually seems to cold start fine. But here's the installer tool for the cups. And then we have 2 kits. And this is Chris's kit. Chris, this is your kit. One of them is his. One of them is ours. But to have no low power and to put a set of injectors in it, I mean, it's... And then I keep coming back to the tips being all burnt. Doesn't really explain for the combustion loss, though. The bubble test failure, the combustion in the fuel. Doesn't explain that. So, tomorrow, shoot, we've been working on the engine room, and I kind of trying to focus on it, but then I can't focus on it because the Excursion's on my mind. So, it's getting there, though. Here, let's look at it. Not going to plan on wheeling on this side in the chair. I can be in the chair. Obviously, maybe, we might be able to have something better for the light than a cord. Here, let's do this. That's a little better. Kind of. I do not have the flash on the phone. You can actually see. I love it. Toolbox needs to, I don't know, because I really don't need a lot of room. I need enough room to roll a wheelie chair through here to do both side oil galley plugs, stuff like that, or to walk easily. And this is pretty good. Where the lights had to go was I just put them in between the trusses. Now I could put something to there going up to pull it this way more so that I could take the engine over, but it seems to hang pretty good and pretty happy right there. So I decided to move the engine under the light. And that allowed me, imagine the ladder actually like not being here, there's, I don't really want the ladder here, but that'll give us enough room to walk all the way around this table so that we can work on both sides of it, and I can still have enough room to be at the engine here. I think the toolbox might have to go here and just block the area for a minute. The pipe dream would be to have this an enclosed room, just its own ceiling and storage above it. And so I figured we'd try to get a configuration set up. Those are going to be where all the parts go for the short block for the engine build room. Yep. Toolbox, I just haven't figured out the toolbox yet. I don't know that I like it there. We got to go to the edge of town because I have another top. That's what we need to do. We need to use that because I have another, yeah. Man, you'll see that later. Yeah. That's pretty exciting. I can't wait to get that here. I forgot all about it. So maybe as soon as we get the Excursion out of us, I might just push this over since we got a little bit of it adjusted where we want it. Then I might just push, well, we don't even need to push it over. It can actually stay there. We can pull in. The door's right there and it's inside the door. So we can pull in. And we got to do the Excursion. Let's get that done. So See how fast we can get some injectors. Maybe, I mean, you know, I'm not even opposed. I don't know. Maybe we'll just get crazy and pull it in here and throw in just throw in some testers. It doesn't really make it, I don't know. It would help for getting it done right now, and it would help for absolute testing, you know, to make sure, because it would be absolute. I mean, yeah, there would be no issue at all with doing any of this stuff if we absolutely knew that, oh yeah, this is going to fix it. Yeah, this is going to be great. Yeah. Then, oh my God, I'd be over there doing the injectors right now and driving into town driving to Kansas City to get injectors first thing in the morning, be back here, it'd be done by noon. That'd be, okay, maybe not noon, huh? All right, we rambled along for the night. The Excursion's still up, it's over there. Trying to have a couple steps forward so we don't just waller in the sads of things not working right. So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.